Welcome to the Middle Country Public Library podcast. I'm Sal DiVincenzo here in the studio with my fabulous colleagues, Sarah Fade.
Hello.
Nicole Rambo.
Hello.
How is everyone doing this week?
Good.
So, Nicole, last week we did the Super Bowl trivia.
I know. How did you do?
This close. We came this close to winning.
I won trivia.
She won trivia.
But my team lost.
Yes.
I was repping the 49ers.
So her team lost.
Yeah.
I so little.
Yes.
I know. I'm so close.
Yeah, it was very close. It was a great game. And I have to say, someone who was not going to watch the halftime show, but ended up watching the halftime show, I thought Usher was fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Okay.
I saw some of it.
Usher was fantastic.
I do want to watch it on YouTube. Like, I was like, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good.
Yeah.
He was great. Not what I was expecting, but he was fabulous. It was a
I'm
fabulous
excited.
halftime
I
show.
heard good things.
Yeah.
Did you watch the commercials?
Yeah, commercials were all right.
All right,
Yeah, they
yeah.
were okay.
Yeah.
It was okay. You didn't watch it all, Nicole?
No.
Oh, wow. Good for you. Did you have any special food or anything like that?
No, I laid in my bed.
Okay. All right. Hey, look.
In silence. I really did. I kept going, all right, in a minute, I'll just go. And I never haven't.
Didn't miss
Laid
much.
there.
And it was wonderful.
Yeah. It was.
Did Steve watch?
No. Yeah.
All right. So it was good. The whole Rambo household
Silent house.
was silent and relaxing, and it was
It's
wonderful.
the
It was lovely.
opposite of the Super Bowl.
Well, I hope if your team won, if you're Kansas City fans, if your team won, congratulations on winning the Super Bowl. Very fantastic.
2 years in a row now, right?
2 years in a row, amazing game. I think it was an overtime. Obviously it was overtime. I don't know if that was I think it was the second time they had an overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the rules were changed. So, but yes, it was a nail biter, and yeah, congratulations, Kansas City.
Yeah.
They are going to Disneyland, as they usually say after the whole thing. Anyway, so we tried to Sarah. The whole thing was we tried to predict the outcome, and for a very short period of time, we were going to have this whole episode had to be rewritten. Anyway,
Okay.
because we said the 49ers were going to win, but they didn't. But anyway, maybe next year. So with that out of the way, our little banter on that. Why don't we get started with our segment? Sarah, why don't you go first? Your pile is very tall here on the table.
It looks tall, but it's not.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to highlight some of our new books.
Okay.
So in our library, if you
Nice.
go in on the adult side,
We have a library here?
I know. It's built around the pod studio.
Yes, exactly, yes.
We have new books, and they have the Blue Star in adults.
Nice.
And so
Star means new. Ooh, I like this top one.
I know. I saw it, and I was like,
Oh, boy.
oh,
Yeah.
gotta get it.
Okay.
So there is nonfiction, fiction,
Very good.
large print, and
Very
all
good.
the genres, mystery, and all that.
Fantastic.
So some of the ones that I picked, and people love to browse.
Yeah.
It's
do.
great to browse. So we have Numerology, a guide to decoding your destiny with the hidden meaning of numbers. And Nicole
very good.
is
Yes.
Show it over
is
here.
yes. Oh, yeah.
Right here, this one.
Oh, okay. Sorry. And
Definitely nonfiction.
yeah.
Yes.
It's true.
Because it's true.
Nicole is biting at the bit
I
to get to
know.
this.
I didn't see this.
I know. So they have little quizzes
Okay,
in
very
here.
nice. All right.
And then it says, are you a left brainer or a right brainer?
I'm a no-brainer.
Yeah. So it talks about your personality, your hobbies and passions. And then
Cool.
from then on, you can figure out your numbers.
All right.
And I want to do that and then get
Yeah,
a
I'll take that for you.
big
Okay.
diamond
Very good.
necklace.
Okay.
Yeah, like mine's 4.
Yeah.
You have to add up your birth year. That's one of the ways. I wonder if they say it in there all different.
They
kinds of
probably
ways.
do.
They do.
Yeah.
There's like 12 different
Oh, nice.
ways to get your number.
So exciting.
And then the next one we have is called Epic Homesteading.
Oh, it's also up Nicole's alley.
I wish. I mean, I wish, but I can't do it.
An epic guide to building a sustainable high-tech people homestead. So it has stuff about water conservation, fruiting trees.
Wow.
Well, you
yeah.
keeping those plants by the windows alive up here. They're looking
know.
good. Sarah's a homesteader.
There's plants
I
here.
know, I
that are
really think that's the green thumb
getting
green thumb librarians.
yeah.
Oh, well, when you were out,
occasionally
you were out for a little. And then another librarian had asked me, because she's going to be out, because I think she's like your number two
Yeah.
to like take care of it. And she's like, oh, Nicole, because I sit near this window too. Can you, while we're both out? And I was like, of course. One was absolutely dead when you got back. I completely forgot. I did that.
Yeah. It is. We're trying to, bring it back to life. But okay. So then we have Beth O'Leary's The Wake Up Call. Do you know about this book?
I do.
Do you recommend it?
Yeah, I like Beth O'Leary.
Okay.
These are like closed doors or sweet ones. Sweet
Okay.
romances.
Two hotel receptionists and arch rivals find a collection of old wedding rings and compete to return them to their owners, discovering their own love story along the way. That sounds cute.
Very cool. Very good.
Okay, and then we have Upcountry, a novel by Chin Sun Lee.
Nice.
I picked this because guess where it takes place?
Upcountry?
Upcountry.
Country.
Country up. The country of the U.S. In upstate New York.
What town?
Be careful with this here.
Ding, ding,
Yes.
ding.
Sorry for the noises.
From outside, the house looked run down and not quite to Claire's taste. It was a remodeled Greek revival with blistered white clapboard walls and gray shutters missing several slats.
Is it Rome, New York?
It's the Catskills.
Oh,
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like the Catskills.
Yeah, so I'm sure they do go into more of the small town.
Yeah.
And its
Very
secrets.
upcountry.
Is it like a
Right.
thriller mystery?
I think it's.
Is that a dead
kind of
body on the front?
No.
Oh.
No, she's just chilling.
Yeah.
Oh, just a body.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
No,
ponder.
yeah, it's just a body, not dead.
So this is actually a very popular book, but we do have large print.
Okay.
So this is Kate Morton's In a Homecoming.
Okay.
And I took this book out twice.
Okay.
Twice.
Did you read it either time?
One in hardcover and one in ebook. And you are correct. I did not read it either time. But it is a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I do know that it got a lot of good reviews. And it's sort of a mystery type of a thriller.
Yeah.
Type of a book.
Cool.
So it's
But
very popular.
you
Kate
read the
Morton.
books when you're meant to. Just buying books, taking out books from the library, and reading books are two completely separate hobbies.
Oh, yeah.
True.
It's true. No, you're right. You're right.
And you do not have to you don't have to read the books you take out
Yeah.
or buy.
Oh, I'm reading one book now called The Whisper Man.
Ooh, how's
Yeah.
that?
Ooh.
Good.
Yeah, it's a thriller type of
Okay.
Yeah.
book, so it's good.
Yeah.
I read it during last night's game.
Oh,
I'm not touching anything, and it's making a
It's
noise.
okay. Yeah, it's all right.
I grabbed this new book. It's called The Black Angels, The Untold Story of the Nurses Who Helped Cure Tuberculosis by Maria Smilios.
Very nice.
Yeah. So I've never read anything like The Black Angels, a tale of medical horror and heroism.
Is this nonfiction? Is it like
Yeah, it's
yeah,
nonfiction.
Yeah.
It's nonfiction.
Yeah, it's not.
So, these women, obviously they were separate hospitals, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
about that whole era.
Great.
Wow.
Yeah. So those are
Awesome.
some good
Good stuff.
titles.
Very good. Well, thank you very much, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Can we put those on the blog? Is there a blog this week?
There should be a blog this week because I'm here.
Okay, very good. So Sarah's here, and there'll be a blog. Blog.
I don't know whenever Sarah's out. You just check the blog. If it's not, then Sarah's
Just like,
out.
yeah. So it's blog.mcplpodcast.com, and you check that out of the books that Sarah talked about. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Nicole, what do you have for us this week?
So even though we are into 2024, we're still kind of early into 2024. And
Very.
yeah, Publishers Weekly put out the best books of 2023. So they probably did this a couple months ago, but I just came across it. And these are just some of the picture books. I'm not going to do like all, but they have like picture books, they have middle grade books, they have YA, adult. So some of the ones are An American Story by Kwame Alexander, and it's illustrated by Dare Coulter. And it's how do you tell a story that starts in Africa and ends in horror? Alexander asks, launching this compassionate picture book about communicating difficult truths regarding chattel slavery, alternating between Coulter's elaborately sculpted historical scenes and charcoal vignettes of a contemporary classroom. The work converges into a cohesive telling that suggests a route forward, holding history in one hand and clenching hope in the other.
Is this a children's book?
Oh, boy. Yes.
The description is a little.
Yes, let's say that it's read that book before bedtime because get a good the horrors.
It's important to tell
yeah,
it.
It's
right,
important to
yeah,
tell,
it's-
and
yeah.
But that description, I was like, oh.
as well as checking
Yeah.
under the bed for monsters.
Ancient Night by David Alvarez with David Bowles as the illustrator. And this absorbing variation on several Mesoamerican stories. Earth's firmament is lit every evening by a rabbit who fills the moon with precious glowing nectar.
Nice.
Aguamiel. That's like the
Yeah.
word. But when crafty opossum steals the aguamiel, the orb loses its radiance, and opossum must find a way to illuminate the world.
Those opossums. Let me tell you.
Bowles' unhurried lines and Alvarez's saturated digitized paintings make for a luminous telling with an enduring feel. Are you watching Echo?
No, I'm not. How is it?
It's good. I've only watched the first
That's Marvel, isn't it? Marvel?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 or 3 episodes. They're doing an excellent job with the sign language and the interpreting.
Nice.
So I appreciated that.
Cool.
But the part of her story is like she's Native American and like her history of like her people and like that kind of reminded me of that because
Cool.
it's like how they came to be and stuff.
Neat.
So yeah. Before Now by Daniel Salmieri. Salmieri uses a concept of opposites to follow a young, maturing protagonist, initially a, quote, a small person in a big chair who eats squishy oatmeal in a hard bowl. So these are like the opposites. I know you hate oatmeal, Sarah. And then,
It's a book about Nicole.
and this contemplative picture book. Via a quiet narrative voice and burnish-colored pencil illustrations, the pages note patterns as the child grows, building into a moving intergenerational view that considers how moments can echo and recur. Sweet.
Very nice.
Big by Vashti Harrison. Deceptively simple text emphasizes the affirming message present throughout Harrison's empowering ode to self-love, which begins with a smiling baby who has a big laugh and a big heart and very big dreams. In images set against dreamy pastel-hued backdrops, the happy infant grows into a girl who, when faced with cruelty about her size, reminds herself that she was good. This book, actually, I saw a TikTok. Listen, I'm not apologizing anymore. It is what it is. But the person making the TikTok, she stitched another TikTok of a little girl who maybe she was like 8 or 9, and she was like a bigger little girl, and someone gave her like diet tea for Christmas.
Okay.
Like one of those, like diet tea things.
Yeah.
And she didn't understand like what she got. And so her older sister was like to the camera, like, why would you, like, she was mad. And then the TikToker who stitches is a librarian. And she like showed this book about like when you're little, it's like cute, and then as you get bigger, people, and it's like it was like it's a great book, and like that TikTok was really like, it felt like important. It was, sometimes you don't realize what you're saying, when you say things, especially to little children, and so I think this is a really good book for a lot of children and adults. I think it's a good book for adults.
Mom or parent or caretaker threw that diet tea right in that person's face.
Yeah, it was nice because you could tell like an adult did it as like a joke, but the big sister,
as a joke, that's even worse.
Yeah, but the big sister was like, "This isn't funny." Like it, so you can kind of like see hope, like, you know what I mean, like that they don't think it's funny, and I thought the librarian recommending this book was a good stitch, and I don't know, I when I saw this book on this list, I was like, yeah, that is a really good book for a lot of reasons and a lot of different people. And it reminded me of that TikTok. Then there's Eclipse by Andy Rash. Rash combines bold cartooning with countdown-style storytelling and his meaningful, starry-eyed view of an eclipse. And we have an eclipse coming up.
We do have an eclipse coming up in April.
Yep. After a child narrator learns that there will be a total solar eclipse, the narrative details planning steps leading up to the event's viewing and beyond. It's a breathtakingly moment-by-moment work about looking forward to, experiencing, and reminiscing about a singular occasion, and more to come. So those are some, I think, that kind of fit with what's going on and what we have coming up. And those are the best books of 2023, according to Publishers Weekly.
Very heavy books.
Some of them.
Not physically heavy, just heavy subject matter.
Yeah.
But it's nice that they put it in illustrated form, so it's easily digestible.
And their
Exactly.
intro to these topics for children and adults, because not all adults know about these topics, so I think it's a good, and then if you get more interested in. I was also reading Publishers Weekly had a bunch of interviews with Black authors who wrote children's books or wrote biographies about other like important Black people, and they were saying when they started researching like all the new things that they found out about these people and stuff, so these are like good jumping off points sometimes for more research into things.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Nicole. I want to mention that now in the cafe in Center Reach, we have our signature latte for the next 2 weeks. It is the dark cherry mocha latte. which is back by popular demand.
I was going to say, didn't we have this one?
It was our launch, our
Yeah,
cafe
right.
launch
Yeah.
flavor, and it's back for Valentine's Day.
I think
So-
I tried a variation.
Yeah, they did try a variation, but this is the original one, dark cherry. So it's like that black cherry with a little bit of mocha, and I think I described it as chocolatey goodness with a kiss of sweetness. So that is for your Valentine's Day week
Very nice.
and for next week.
Yeah.
And I also want to mention before we wrap things up, we have a milestone this week that we've passed on the podcast. Sarah and I have been doing this for 6 years now.
Good gracious.
And in 2 weeks, Nicole would be doing this for 6 years now. Our podcast has been going for 6 years every week for our patrons of Middle Country.
That's crazy.
So it is fantastic. So happy anniversary, everyone.
yeah.
And I hope that if
6
you
years.
like, I know it goes by like that.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. All the things that we talk about, you could probably
Where did those 6 years of my life go? Like, what
I know.
else did I do in 6 years?
right.
This is it.
I
baby.
know.
This is it.
Yes.
I didn't do anything else.
So yes. So we're very
You just had a baby, just bought a house.
yeah.
I
you
did, yeah,
you
I
did a
did
bunch of those things.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are pretty big things.
Exactly. Yeah. So happy anniversary to the
Happy
podcast and happy anniversary to our listeners who have been listening to us. If you've been listening to us for the whole time, the 6 years, and it doesn't count any of us at this table, comment below. We'd like to let you get some recognition.
I remember when you came and asked me to do it. I was on desk and you came down and you
Yeah.
asked, you're like, do you want to? And I was like, okay.
Yeah. And it
Like,
just
do you want to do this?
it clicked. Yeah, it clicked.
That's
It clicked.
crazy.
It really clicked really well, and I'm very, very happy and excited about what we've done and what we're going to do in the future. So, if you want to keep tabs on us, you should hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube, and hit like if you like this episode. And also, if you have any ideas for any future shows, or we haven't asked this for a while, but if you want to stump us with a reference question, we are librarians. You can send us an email, podcast@mcplibrary.org. So thank you so much for spending your time with us, and hopefully we'll see you the next time. So for Sarah Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. See you on the next show.